everybody else gets paid so much. It's a driver. But there's a cost to it, and there's a challenge. Yeah, you can hit one out of the park here, and then you're never buying lunch for the rest of your life, right? But there's a cost for these guys, for their families. When you lose a game like this, it's going to be rough on them, and they're going to go through a whole bunch of things that aren't wrong, but they're wrong.
Cut it off, please. I'm sick of it.
Okay.
That was the worst thing I've ever done in my life, was cutting his availability. We played half of one clip. Really glad I did that.
You're a strong man.
I think this has been a really popular conversation today, with people blaming the fans. And listen, is there pressure? Of course. If you want to blame the people, I would argue that we're too loyal.
Mm-hmm.
I would argue the opposite, that these people still show up.
Mm-hmm.
We're showing these people how much do they, how much are they paying to go to these games? What would a lower bowl of ticket cost us? Yep.
Upper bowl, I think the cost is around $1,200.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
For one ticket.
For a pair.
For a pair.
For a pair. So I don't know, $650, $700, so around that.
So people, they just want to blame the fans for the pressure, and when you could really see that the fans are actually not loyal and actually not going to care is if they stop going. If they stop paying $1,200 to go to a Game 7, when they actually go there and believe in these guys. And they actually go there and think, this is the game where they won't disappoint me cripplingly. This is the one that they'll push through and not choke like they always do. For me, we're a little bit too loyal. I know that's probably nails on a chalkboard to people, but yeah, there's pressure. And I see Matthew Tkachuk on Spit and Chicklets being like, oh yeah, they put too much pressure. This guy played in Calgary, got shoved in a locker by Connor McDavid in the second round of the playoffs, and bolted immediately to the least pressure place on earth so that he didn't have to deal with any of this. He's like, oh yeah, is that the one place you played with any pressure you ran away from?
JB, what did you like about Marchand?
I think it's patronizing and almost intentional.
It is.
Almost to be like...
To make me feel like this.
And also be like, yeah, don't change anything there. This is not the player's fault. Keep everything going. You guys have it figured out.
I just think it's kind of like, it's not your era where your dad and four of his buddies on the Islanders barely could talk to Edmonton in a Canada room.
Yeah.
This is much different. They're closer. They know each other. I think Marchand feels for Mitch Marner. Mm-hmm. I think there's empathy there on what he's going through, what many of them probably are going through. The other thing, too, is Paul Maurice and Marchand also know that our league is better with a healthy Toronto Maple Leafs. We need their fans to keep paying these prices because we're a better league
he says that
with the Leafs than without them, for sure.
Yeah, Maurice says it explicitly.
It's that simple. They're so bad that we have to come to their defense.
Right, which is way worse.
And I will tell you that the majority of the fans are good fans. There's just some bad apples out there, guys.
Well, can I say that? So 2006 missed the playoffs. 2007 missed the playoffs. 2008 missed the playoffs. 2009 missed the playoffs. 2010 missed the playoffs. 2011 missed the playoffs.
Hold on.
2012 missed the playoffs.
We know this.
Lost in round one in 2013. Missed playoffs. Round one. Qualifying round. 3-1 series lead blown.
We can read. We know.
Wow, why would the fans be upset about this?
It's okay to be upset.
And they still pay Kipper.
You know what's not okay?
Being mean to Mitch? Is that what it is? God.
Putting his address on the internet.
Who did that? And
then telling people that if you have any issues, go tell them how you feel. That is offside. That's illegal. And that is wrong. And that crap happens to these players in this market. Mm-hmm. Okay? Right? And I'm telling you right now, these players talk. The extra players that went down to the dressing room with about 5 minutes to go in the game last night, 3 or 4 of them got berated in the hallway and in the elevator. They got hammered, absolutely hammered. You know what happens? They go around, they talk to their buddies, and they tell them how bad it is and how tough it is. And if they're not careful, this team's not careful, no one's going to want to play here. That's how bad it can get.
I'm sure it's not bad in New York with the Yankees or in Liverpool with the just won the Champions League. Like it's not. I'm sure it's not bad. In
I'm
those
just
places
saying,
either.
Sammy.
I think
I'm
it
just
takes
saying.
a certain type of player with
Okay.
the, fortitude to handle the risk reward of being here.
All right. Leafs out of the playoffs, and we've solved nothing in the last hour. We go national, though. Who do we have on board, Sammy?
Books.
Jason Bukala. More answers nationally when we return to Real Kipper and Bourne. Welcome into the National Hour on the Real Kipper and Bourne Show. We are live on Sportsnet 650 in Vancouver and Sportsnet 960 in Calgary. This hour of Real Kipper and Bourne brought to you by Bet365. Nick Kiprios, Justin Bourne, Sammy McKee as we wrapped up our Leaf Hour edition of our program. I'm sure
Uplifting stuff.
Our yelliest hour yet.
for those of you that aren't Leaf fans out west, no need to download it.
Well, I would disagree. I think today, the annual day that the Leafs get put out,
Shot and fruit hour.
is arguably the most exciting day of the year for everybody that isn't a Leaf fan. The feeling I get whenever I'm on any social media or talk to anybody who's not a Leaf fan, people hate the Leafs more than they like their own team. Like people would rather see anybody but the Leafs.
Wow.
And it's like, I've been hearing it so much from Ottawa fans recently. Like Ottawa fans, like on my ex being like, you lost to these losers.
But it's
You lost
Right?
to them. Like
It's-
you're gonna take a victory lap when you give me a break.
which richest organization in any sport isn't the most hated?
Yeah, that's fair.
Yankees, Cowboys,
Yeah,
Come on.
Lakers.
Yeah, I guess that's fair.
right?
Celtics?
Yeah, maybe.
They're six
People kind of
bill-
like this.
Maybe.
They're six. They just got bet for $6 billion. So it feels like they got to be the richest. That's a
So-
good point, Kipper.
It's
richest.
just natural. It's just natural. It's just there's always a little bit more arrogance coming out of the team that can generate the most money, even if they don't win. That bothers other markets.
Yeah, but I do think there's a lot of people listening to this in our Calgary market and our Vancouver market. If you're in Edmonton today, that listen, I'm sure I went on with Jason and Mike in the morning out in
Did you
Vancouver.
today?
Not today, but after they lost Game 5, they love this.
Gleeful.
This is I was like, that's a good day in Vancouver, right, boys? They're like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
This is everyone's Super Bowl.
Last night.
So, congratulations, Canada.
In
You
a
did
couple
it.
of minutes, we'll welcome in Jason Bukala, Pro Hockey Group, and of course, Sportsnet, former NHL scouting director, including the Florida Panthers, who are advanced to the conference final yet again.
He has a pretty good sense for who's going to be a good player. Did some good drafting there for the Panthers. How about the ratings juggernaut that is Dallas